Hello my friends, this is Mariana Crawford and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial. I want to do a full face tutorial and I want to show you everything that I'm using. If you are interested in buying new products or seeing what I use for a full face of makeup, go ahead and keep on watching. So this is a new sample that I received in my last order for Sephora, and Natasha Denona Transformatte foundation is new to me. I've never tried it before. It comes in 35 shades, and these are the shade ranges. It's a really good shade range. Long wearing, medium to full coverage, anti-aging, rejuvenating. So the first thing that I like to do before I put on my makeup is I clean my face with micellar water before I start. And I'm almost done with this one. This is very affordable. It's like $8 and you can get it at the drugstore. All-in-one mattifying, removes makeup, cleanses, purifies pores. So I use this first to make sure that my face is clean and get rid of any oils. After I do that, I do my neck as well. I tone my face, and the toner that I use is the badescu glycolic acid toner. This is the one that I use. I got it at Ulta. It's very gentle. It doesn't sting your face or anything like that. So I just go over my entire face with it. Make sure there's no dirt or anything on my face before I start with a clean canvas before I put on makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first just because I wanna try doing that first. I'm gonna use my Tartlette palette. So what I'm gonna prime my eye, and to prime my eyes, I'm gonna use the NARS primer. I'll leave everything linked down below. Smudge proof eyeshadow base is what this is called. And for the rest of my face, I'm gonna prime. First, I'm gonna use this. I like this Pixie Skintreats Vitamin Wake Up Mist. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this all over my face and then to prep my skin. And my neck too. Orange blossom and citrus extract. Before moisturizer strengthens and tones, this is a toner too. And then if you want to use this after makeup, it adds hydration and protective veil, and anytime cools, refreshes, and wakes up skin. So this is a really cool product. It's very good. You should definitely try it out if you're looking for something like that. Okay, for a primer, I'm going to be using the blurring primer from CoverFx, and this is what it looks like. And I have very big pores in this area right here and here, so I like to press that in there first and put the rest on the rest of my face. So this is just gonna set a barrier between my pores, and it's gonna pore fill so that my face is silky smooth when I put on my foundation. For my eyes, I'm gonna use my Essentials High Coverage Liquid Concealer from Jouer. This is a very good concealer. I recently purchased this. That's how much I like it. I get samples all the time, so I get samples from like Sephora Play. Sephora Play is like a $10 subscription. You can try out new things there, and Boxycharm, you can try out new products there. And I tried out Jouer's lip products, and they came out with a very good sale. And I bought this concealer and the foundation because I received a sample of the foundation in one of my Sephora orders, and I fell in love with the formula, so I tried the concealer as well. And I'm putting on the concealer on my eyelids because I want to have a very white, clean canvas so that the shadows show up more. You can use whatever concealer you have and just prep the eye area. And you're gonna want to set this. To set my face, I like to use Laura Mercier. This is a Laura Mercier translucent powder. It is a beautiful powder, and you can get a little mini size if you want to try it out at Sephora. Alright, now that I set my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Now I'm going to use my tartlette. This is the tartlette toasted tarte palette, and I haven't used it in a while, and I really want to. It's a very nice palette, and it smells like chocolate. I'm going to use my Luxie 229 tapered blending brush. I'm going to start with a transition shade. I feel like doing the halo eye today. I'm going to start with the crease. You don't know where your crease is. Your crease is your bone. That's where your crease is. I thought my crease was this line, a little crease in here, but that's not the eye crease. When you want to do makeup, you want to put your makeup where your actual crease is, and it's right where the bone, the end of your bone is, and it's right above it. So it makes a difference in your eye look, especially if you want your eyeshadow to show at the top. I used to think that this was my crease, so there was all of this space up here that I did not put eyeshadow on. So you want to make sure you put the eyeshadow higher above. For the first shade, I'm going to use this one. It's like a peachy shade. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to put that in the crease and above the crease. This is the color that's going to peek through when I have my eyes open. So you want to make sure that it's nicely blended and that it shows up. I also make sure to put eyeshadow on this side over here. I used to not put shadow there, and this just makes the eye look bigger. If you have small eyes, this works. And then I also take the excess product and put it on the end towards my eyebrow, the bottom of my eyebrow, to elongate the eye, make it look longer. The Tarte eyeshadow palette is one of my favorites, and it's really pretty too. Like, I like the packaging. And this is great for everyday looks, like to go to work and stuff. I'm just putting that little peach color in the crease, making sure this area here is covered with pigment. And then I take the excess out to the end of the eyebrow to elongate the eye. You want to go into windshield wiper motions and make sure circular motions at the top to make sure that it's nicely diffused at the top. And you want to go like towards the brow bone. Now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and start with a deeper shade. For the deeper shade, I'm going to be using this brush. This is a Luxie brush as well that I received. Mini round. It's a 141. Luxie 141. It's very small, and it's good for getting into very small areas. I think this one is too small. I'm going to go ahead and use a slightly bigger one. This is a Morphe brush, and it's a little bit bigger. I think this one will be better. It's a Morphe M506, and it's at the drugstore too. You can get this at Ulta. To deepen up that color, I think I'm going to go into this one, the one right next door. It's called Warmth. So I'm going to warm it up a little lower. I'm just going to do it inside the crease only, not above here, but right in the crease only. Just give it a little bit of depth. I always do this, like I always start with a transition shade, a lighter shade, then I go a little deeper to give it some dimension, to, you know, make it look a little bit deeper in the crease. And if you wanted, all you had to do was put on a little bit of shimmer at on your lid, and you're ready to go. If that's where you want to stop. But if you want to create a halo eye, then you would do my next steps. Now that that's a little warmed up a little, I'm gonna take a flat shader brush, and I'm gonna use this Luxie eye shading. It's a 213. This is a flat brush, and it's small, so I can use it to create the sides. So I'm gonna use a darker color for the sides, and then a shimmery shade in the middle, a lighter shade in the middle to create a halo eye. So for the darker shade, I'm going to be using this one. Make sure there's not too much on the brush. And I'm just going to put that on the sides. And you can put it at the desired deepness that you want. And you can do it light, or you can pack on the pigment to make it a little darker. Depends on you. And for the middle shade, you can go either with this one or this one. Over here, there's another color you can use if you want to use like a darker type of gold. For this one, I think I'm going to use this one right here. And this one right here. Take it on your finger. You can just tap it on the middle of the eye. Very easy peasy. Usually when you put it on with your finger, it has more pigment. So I like to do it, put on shimmers with my finger. Making sure to put it on the sides where that darker shade is and blend it. Just tap, 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 tap. And that's it. And for the bottom part of the eye, you can add a little something on there too. I always like to do inner corner highlight and highlight the brow bone. So I'm going to take a smaller brush and do that. I'm going to use this one. It has a little angle and it's rounded. This one is called Mini Flat Angeled 111 from Luxie. And I'm going to take this shade right here. It's a little bit satin. So I'm going to put that on the brow bone. And putting some of that in the corner of my eye. And this just brightens up the eye, makes it look a lot bigger as well, more awake. Putting a little bit of the white one too. And for the lower side of my eye, I do want to use the darker shade that I used, this one, and connect the outer V under my eye. It just brings the eye look all together when you go ahead and put eyeshadow under on your lower lash line and connect it with the outer V. Alright, so at this point you can go ahead and try to do on the waterline, you can actually add either a white shade in order to make the eye look more awake, or you can do a black eyeliner if you want, or brown eyeliner to make it a soft waterline color. I think for today's video, I'm going to be using Colourpop, and this one is Mr. Bing. Mr. Bing is a brown. It's a cream gel liner. Okay. Then for eyeliner, I'm going to be using my fly liner from Fenty Beauty. It's a very good one. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and start with the face. For the face, I'm going to try out these shades. And I think I'm going to use the first two lighter shades and see what they look like. This one is 20Y light yellow undertone, and this one is 50 WN medium warm undertone. So I'm somewhere in the middle from this one. I may have to mix them. This one looks a little bit like my shade. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of the light and a little bit of the medium and mix them together. Alright. I really like the way this looks. It mattifies, but it doesn't look that mattifying. I mean, I do see a little bit of my natural oils coming through. It looks really nice. So I don't feel like I need to set this. It's not tacky at all. Yeah, it is a little tacky. I'm gonna set it with my Laura Mercier powder. Putting it around the T-zone where I get really oily and I have big pores. Making sure that it blurs my pores and sets everything in place so that it doesn't budge. My smile lines tend to crease, so I like to put the powder on my smile lines and my temples. I'm just pressing that product into the skin. Right. Now that my face is set, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my bronzing and contouring. Kevyn Aucoin contour powder. So what I do is I go from the top of my ear down towards my mouth, right where the bottom of my cheekbone is, and I just fill that in with a shadow. It just makes me look like I have more of a chiseled look. And this brush is really good for this. It's called Chisel and Trim Contour F77. So I take this and blend it upward. Small brush and take a little bit of the bronzer in here, whatever's left of it. I'm gonna go above that contour to warm up the face. I'm gonna take the excess and put it around my nose. This is just like a little sun-kissed look trick that I do, and like put a little bit of bronzer around my nose and on my cheeks. I'm just adding dimension back into the face because when you put foundation on, everything was just one color and you need to add more depth to your skin. So you go ahead and you warm up the skin with some bronzer. And if you want to have a chiseled look, you put in the shades with the contour. And I like to put some bronzer on my neck. For my brows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in soft brown. Soft brown. So what I do is I just go ahead and I comb my brush, my hairs upward, see where there's gaps, and then fill them in. So in little hair-like strokes, I like to just fill in my brows. And then I just brush through the product to make it look less harsh. Now there's this milk fiber brow gel that I use, and it just gives a little bit of fibers thickness to your brows, and it actually gives it a little bit more tint as well, just in case you missed anything, and it just sets them in place. I've been actually using the brow gel by itself because it does tint and give color to my brows, so I've been using it by itself, but today I just feel like doing both. For blush, I'm going to be using Party from Tarte. This is a Amazonian clay blush, and it's just a really pink, soft pink matte blush from Tarte. Okay. For highlight, my favorite palette from Pure is Pure Sculpture. These highlights are my favorite. I use them a lot. And so I'm going to take this brush. This is a Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter, F03. And I'm using that to put it in the corner of my eye and on the high points of my cheeks for some highlight. So I like to put it in the corner of my eye. I have a wrinkle there, And I think highlight is good to get rid of very deep lines that you may have. Highlighting it or going in with concealer really helps those lines disappear. Putting it on my nose and on my cupid's bow. And this product smells like hot chocolate. It's really good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of, this is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I set my face with this to make sure that the makeup stays in place longer, and it just refreshes my skin. Melts everything together. I have this from Tarte. I used Exposed yesterday, which I didn't like that much because it was very light for my skin tone. The lip paints, the matte lip paints are really good. This one, Bounce, I didn't try and I want to use that now. And this one I tried and I really liked it a lot. It's a glossy lip paint and then quick dry matte lip paint. So these quick dry matte lip paints are really good. I tried them and I really like the formula a lot. That's what the color looks like. I have from Luxie a little lip brush. I'm gonna take this little lip brush and use this to put it on. Alright, so it dries down very, very matte. And although I like matte, I'm gonna use this really cool, this is called Tartist Insta Famous. Insta Famous is very glittery and beautiful. And so I'm gonna use that one. And I'm gonna take this Insta Famous lip gloss, put it on top. And that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.